Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it. Naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh, God.
Chubs Gone Wild.
Well, hello and welcome to Chubs Gone Wild. It is a beautiful Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll catch you later. Oh, no. It's welcome to Chubs Gone Wild, episode 542, which, maybe together. No?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Anyway, it is May 13th, 2024. It's 88 degrees and sunny outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios. And it is 14 days until Memorial Day. That's just 2 weeks away. Wow, time just flying by. It's also 171 days till Halloween and 226 days until Christmas. Yay! Mother's Day was yesterday, and it was just a very nice day. I got my mom Togos and gave her a couple nice little trinkets. She seemed to like them. I think I did okay. They're all from Temu.
I know.
That's her favorite place. So,
Of course it is.
yeah. Anyway, Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special projects, podcast videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons: Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the Universe, Eric, Sean, Charles, Phoenix Dave, Brother Sinatus, Kingsley, Kathy Bacon, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame to find out how you can become a supporter of the show for as little as $1 a month. All right, it's time for today's affirmation. Take a deep breath, cleanse out all that negative energy, which seems to be spiraling around us today. Every experience I have is valuable to me. I am willing to learn. I may disagree with the first part, but just how we roll. But let's see. We have some history, which I forgot to put on the Trello, but no worries. Here we are. In 1846, the U.S. Congress declared war on Mexico. Of course, they said, "Hey, you're occupying the land that we want to be occupiers of." So here we go. Also, Socialist Party nominates Convict 2253 for president. That was in 1920. No idea really what that means. 1981, Pope John Paul II was shot. Out of what? 1568, Mary Queen of Scots was defeated. She was a relative,
Sure.
1919, German foreign minister protests Versailles Treaty terms. And 1973, Bobby Riggs and Margaret Court face off in the first Battle of the Sexes. That's sports. I imagine that's probably like tennis.
I thought it was him and Billie Jean King.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. So maybe this is a different one. Let's see. Nope, tennis. 1973, early years, women's lib. Bobby Riggs, Margaret Court face off. $10,000 winner. Take the challenge. Riggs, a tennis champion, 1930. Just tell me who won. The match was played on Mother's Day, televised internationally. Proceeds were promise to the American Diabetes Association. Way to go. Come on, I don't need to know that. Just tell me who's won. It's just not telling me in a timely fashion. So if you want to know, go look it up over at history.com. There we go. Okay. Now I know there's going to have to be some holidays that we celebrated today. Cough drop day. No? Okay. Do you carry cough drops with you?
I do for Sean.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, I do actually. I keep them on me because I'm one of those people that like dry air in a waiting room and then I'm going to start coughing. So have one with me. Frog jumping. Have you jumped any frogs?
No.
I did earlier today. I got about $5 and a couple flies off of them. Yeah. No? Okay. International Hummus Day.
We bought some yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, it's pretty good. If you eat it today.
I won't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't had, I like hummus, but I haven't had any for a while. Leprechaun. It's Leprechaun Day. Nope. Okay. Apple pie. Actually, I had an apple turnover yesterday. It was really good. Got it up at the Asian market. It's really good. Oh, I also got these kind of Swiss roll type things, but they had cream instead of, it was like eating air. It was so soft and fresh and good. I could have eaten
Were
10
you
of
out in the place in Rose Rancho?
them. The one out here, Asian 99 Market.
Okay, no, that's not the one I'm thinking. I'm thinking the international marketplace out there.
Oh yeah,
Because
no.
I didn't know this one had a bakery.
Oh yeah. You should actually, if you are out and about doing your coupon and thing, you should stop in and check it out because they've got an entire like counter for dim sum, uh, all fresh, and you can just like order it and go eat it. A huge bakery, uh, just really good. Just stay away from the fish section because it stinks. And I know it's fish, blah, 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 but it stinks. And of course, I feel so bad for the little crabs and lobsters that are like clawing at the thing, going, save me, save me. Like, they're coming for you, Carol Ann. Anyway, also, it's National Women's Checkup Day. Have you checked up any women?
No, but I do know a girl that got checked up today.
Well, we'll talk about that a little later. Also, it's Top Gun Day. I did not care for that movie.
Okay.
No. Did you?
Um, it's there was a volleyball scene that was pretty good.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. And
And
good.
no, I don't like guys being guys.
Yeah,
Just to
actually, I
me,
get
it's
it.
just gross.
Yeah, but some good music came out of both soundtracks. So, I mean, yeah. It's also Tulip Day. Now, I do have both of them going right now, so all good. I like tulips. And also, it's World Cocktail Day.
Well, I'll take care of that.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a good one for you. All righty, Rue. Well, and of course, that leads us into birthdays. I wonder how many birthdays we have today. Well, today's birthday actually is from Mean Keen, Eric, Eric, Eric. So he's one of our pod listeners. Did those. Wow, there was a lot of those. And coming up, happy birthday to Miko, to Aaron, Mitch, Jackie, author Erwin, Ernest, Andy. No, I don't think she overlapped with us. Okay, so one of our amazing former, I'll think of the word, stage manager, Jessie. Happy birthday to her. Also to, oh, my stars and garters, Nurse Sean. That would be your husband.
My husband.
Coming up. Yeah. So what are you getting him?
Nothing.
Oh, same thing as every year then.
Mhm.
Just your love.
Well, and we'll go to McCooney's
That's nice. That's nice. Mm-hmm.
because he can
Then when
see
you
what
come
I'm doing.
home for a bit of the rumpy pumpy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mentioned to you that we're going to be our 19th anniversary is this year.
No, wow. So for 20th, we're gonna have to like do something really big, like give you a party or something.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Come on, 20 years is a lot, especially for you, and now that he can drink and everything. So also, happy birthday to Kim Beaver. We miss you, love. Also to Jeremiah Michael, Kim, Al, Al, and then Rebecca Nay, former podcaster of the Tranny Cast, Tranny Rec Radio, I think it was. I remember one of the instrumental early transgender podcasters. Okay, what we got next? Well, nothing in the feed bag, sadly, but we do have chub hugs we want to send out. Did you want to go first?
Sure. I'm seeing a chub hug out to Miss Kathy Bacon
Oh,
because uh, she reached out and said she didn't want me to die. Okay, so
oh, that's nice.
yeah,
Always nice when somebody says they don't want you to die. Yeah, well, that's cool. Uh,
and I didn't. I
yes.
did here. This is for those that watching. This is a bruise down my arm,
Way up your arm. Yeah.
and then bruising here, and you can see in the palm is bruised,
Yeah.
but the incision's only about this big. So it's just I don't know what they do down there, but it hurts. It's more of a dull ache now, except my arm up here from the elbow to the shoulder is hurting me. And it's probably because I'm, you know, babying my hand and because I am using my elbow to get out of my chair, because I can't put my
Mhm.
hand down.
Right.
But yeah, how about you, Chub Hugs?
Who knew that a little thing could cause so much damage? Um,
And
let's
is this wiener talk now?
no.
Oh, incision.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Chub hugs for me. I want to send out chub hugs from us to Christina for her graduation this last weekend. I don't know if you saw the videos online of her accepting.
Yeah, I didn't see the videos, but we have been watching her go through the process for a while now. So it's always it's funny because like when I think of graduation, I always think well, it's such a big deal, unless it's mine.
No,
And
yeah,
it's not a big deal because it's like, oh, we're all going to come and watch you graduate high school. It's like, why?
yeah. I
You really
actually
want to sit there for 3 hours watching, 400 kids stand up and grab a piece of paper and then sit
right.
down and throw the hats in the air and somebody gets hit and somebody's eyes out and it's terrible. And the air conditioning always breaks down. It's terrible, terrible. So,
Well, and seeing the amount of people that were there to graduate from where she went, it was just like, dang.
but I do think that, well, the nice thing about it is when people have actually gone through the process, they've
Mhm.
put in the effort to do it. I understand it, but like I said, I think it's great for everybody else. But it's just like I don't like birthday parties either. So, but I like other people's birthday parties.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that's really cool about that is we can put it in this. We have a number of people who we know that have gone back to get educated and do other things. I mean, even Nessa put herself through a whole bunch of classes and is doing really well. So, oh well, I'm very happy for them. All right. Well, now that we did some happy stuff, let's talk about some celebrity deaths. Rudy Moreno, nicknamed the Godfather of Latino comedy, died May 11th at age 66 after being hospitalized with pneumonia. Roger Corman, the director, producer, and distributor of numerous low-budget horror, science fiction, and crime movies, whose career in Hollywood spanned 8 decades, died at the age of 98.
And if you really, a lot of people go, "Oh, Roger Corman, he just made shitty films," but you go back and sure, they were low budget. They weren't shitty films. They were low budget films, number one. And you go back and look at how many people got their career started through Roger Corman's studio, including people like Jack Nicholson. And I think it was De Niro worked for him. Ron Howard got his start as a director with him. And it's there's the list is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was something.
Yeah, because it wasn't just technicians, it was actors, directors and people, if you really want to learn the hard way, get on a low budget film and
Yeah.
to, go back on that the movies that made us on things like Friday the 13th and what they had to deal with trying to keep the cameras rolling. Of course, in those days they had to actually have film,
Yeah.
and it's very expensive. Nowadays it's much easier. I mean, there's been a couple major motion pictures filmed with an iPhone. So, things are different.
Yep. All right. Sam Rubin, the Emmy Award winning entertainment journalist who worked for Los Angeles News Network, KTLA, for over 3 decades, died on May 10th. He was 64.
And that man worked the red carpet for years, because he was the local Los Angeles guy. And Joan Rivers was working the red carpet right next to him. He was a big shot, especially the Los Angelites that are listening. They'll know who he is because he was everywhere. So that was,
I mean, even I knew his name.
I was surprised how young he was.
Yeah. Dennis Thompson, longtime drummer for the Detroit-based proto-punk band MC5, died May 9th, at 75. Steve Albini, the punk rock icon known for both his own bands Big Black, Rape Man, Shellac, and engineered for other bands including Nirvana and the Pixies, died May 7th. And finally, we have Ian Gelder, a British actor best known for his portrayal as Kevin Lannister on Game of Thrones. He died May 6th at 74. All right, couple stories here for the celebrity news. I'm going to show you what a non-story is. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Archewell Foundation has been deemed delinquent by California Attorney General Rob Bonta. Per an official letter from Bonta, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have not paid the official registration fees for their charities since at least the beginning of this month. Since Archewell did not submit its registration fees and annual reports on time, it has been listed as delinquent with the Registry of Charities and Foundations. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, oh, scandal, but let us continue. An organization that is listed as delinquent is not in good standing, is prohibited from engaging in conduct for which the registration is required, including soliciting or distributing charitable funds. The letter read, the organization may may also be subject to penalties, and registration may be suspended or revoked by the registry. But, well, it turns out that the Archwell Foundation did file the paperwork on time, but a physical check for the registration fees was sent but not received. The organization learned of the issue after a delinquent notice was published and has since mailed a new check. Again, a non-story, and actually working in nonprofit, I can tell you, shit like this with the registration fee thing happens all the time. It's like $100. It's like
Well,
not.
and not to mention that what you do is you throw a little sensation out at the beginning and then go, but it didn't matter because it was taken care of.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why stories like this are bullshit.
They're just filler.
Yep. All right. Well, Hollywood actor Steve Buscemi has been treated for injuries after being punched in the face while walking in New York City. The New York Police Department told CNN it is investigating the assault, which took place on Wednesday. And it is the latest in a string of random attacks in the city. Last month, half a dozen women said that they were hit in the face out of nowhere while on the streets of New York City.
Yeah, we heard about it. There were like 2 or 3 when we were there.
Yeah.
And it was some guy on a bike, and he rides past and punches women in the face. I know. I shouldn't laugh. It's just, it's so dumb. Why?
It is dumb. It's
Why?
random. It is.
It's just stupid. What is wrong with people?
And then he hit the same
Take a
person.
class, do something.
Hit poor Steve Buscemi in the face, and he didn't need the help. But yeah, okay. So that strikes my theory. I have a friend named Michael who's actually in New York City right now, and I was kind of blaming him, but I guess not. Okay. Next up, Tom wants to talk to you about.
Let's see. Well, let's okay, no, did that. Okay, I did see the end of the spring baking championship because it showed up on my account, I guess, after you saw it on YouTube or something. I don't know, because the last episode didn't show up until after we recorded last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought Steven was going to win from the very beginning. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I was very happy with it.
and of course he was a complete front runner. He had more of the little stickers that they get when they win something.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was ridiculous how much he had on his. So yeah, that's not a surprise. Let's see. We'll have So You Think You Can Dance. We're down to the top 4. That'll be tonight. I watched last night's American Idol. We're down to the top 3.
Mhm.
And it's this, I think his name is Willie. He's this big guy with a beard, and he long hair, and he's country. And he sounds great. Then there's Jack, who's this little skinny guy that makes really funny faces when he sings, but he's really good. And what I like about him is when he's picking songs, I'm knowing these songs that he's picking. He did like a Jim Croce song, and he did a David David Bowie song. So it was he's fun. And then there's the girl. I don't know what she does. I don't remember her. It's so weird. The girls have been like just
Average.
Well,
Nondescript.
they're not standing out to me.
Hmm.
Yeah, just not at all. Oh, it was the girl, the woman who hosts the show where they have to duplicate like a dessert. They'll show them the dessert, and then
Oh yeah.
that. Well, I saw a video of her. She's on some show and she's being interviewed, right? So she comes and sits down, and she's looking down at her chair and goes, "Is this cake?" They had made her a cake chair. So it was pretty.
Nicole Byer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was a cake chair. So I thought that was
What?
nice. Let's see on the Connors this week. They are well, the hardware store that Dan and Ben work at got burned down,
Of course.
and Ben owns the place, and it was well insured, so they're going to make a bunch of money off this. And since Dan owned 20% of the place, he's going to get enough money where he's going to be able to pay off the house. So that's really good. Unless, of course, the Connors have another, something terrible's got to happen, and there goes all the money.
Insurance wasn't paid up, or
No, we already know it was.
the house has to be remortgaged, or
Well, that's the problem. It's been
I mean,
remortgaged.
that's one of the things that drove me nuts about uh Married with Children. It's like no matter what it is, you never get ahead, and when you finally do start getting ahead, there's somebody there that purposely sabotages you. I get really tired of that, especially 10 years into a show. It's just like, fuck. It's not funny after a while.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Connors is the back episodes of Connors is on Netflix now.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's see. Survivor. Third week in a row, we got another backdoor with somebody that has an idol in their pocket. 3 weeks in a row. And it's just like, after the first person, I can see where you're thinking you're pretty safe. I don't have to worry about it. But after two people who think they're perfectly safe aren't perfectly safe, I would use, she found the idol and she think, I'm going to save it for a next time if I need it for next time. It's like, don't do it. Use
No.
it. Of course,
Yeah.
I was glad to get rid of her, but still stupid. On Mass Singer, we're down to the top three. Well, last week we were down to the top four, and they unmasked. It was a poodle moth, I think is what she was called, and it ended up being Chrissy Metz from This Is Us,
Mhm.
or as Brian puts it, oh, the fat girl. Yeah, that's who.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah.
But I
So
didn't watch that show, so
Top Chef this week, because you're not caught up, right?
no.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the Asian girl that went through Last Chance Kitchen and came back, they did Restaurant Wars, and she got thrown out. She got sent back to Last Chance
Oh.
Kitchen, and she gets there and goes, I'm just going to go home.
I probably would too at that point.
And so Tom goes, well, okay, you sure? And she's going, yeah, yeah. And he goes, okay. And so I'm going to take my knives and leave. Okay. So she leaves, and he looks over at the other girl who's already been sent away, and who's already failed. And he
Yeah.
goes, you want a second chance, a second chance? And she's like, sure. And so he goes, now, since he's already won, he won against you last week. If he wins this, then he just wins and you're out. But if you win, he still gets a second chance. We'll have a second bake, second cook. And she's like, okay, but she lost. And so it's still the French guy. He's still in it. So, um, let's see. We're on to the last episode, I think, is coming up of Master Chef Junior. I have to have some kind of cooking show to watch.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's awful, horrible, irritating children. It's a cooking show. On 24 and 24, that's where they have 24 cooks. They have to cook for 24 hours. They got down to the last two cooks, and it ended up going to, oh God, I'm gonna get this wrong. Oh, God damn it. Anyway, it went to Marcel. That's who it is.
Okay.
Marcel, he's really furry, and he's got a beard, and
Oh.
he's been around in Top Chef forever. He's super skinny though, super skinny, but the hair is coming off of everything.
Uh,
So okay, we're here. They had the last of the part. Okay, the third part of them in Tennessee trying to get the show going, and trying not to get in jail or get killed on the street. It was very uncomfortable show this week.
hmm.
When they went to the to get the approval to do the show at like a city meeting, this girl was there, and some teenage girl, and she's just reading Bible quotes and why it's wrong and how awful these people are. Well, the stars of the show are sitting there, and it was ugly and stupid, and I hate those people. Um, really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Finished the Dead Boys Detective Agency. It was such a good show.
Yeah.
Uh, what I thought, well, my favorite part of the show was how even the writing was. That the main storyline with them getting stuck in at this Washington island somewhere, stuck there dealing with all the shit that goes there because the one guy gets locked down by the Cat King, so he can't leave. So they got to figure out how to do all this.
Mm.
And so while that story arc is going, and they're being chased by the dead letter office people, not dead letter office, it's the lost and found, people who didn't get picked up after they died, that agency. So they're dealing with that. But each week we got a, monster of the week.
Hmm.
And I thought that the witch storyline was so good. I mean, she was horrible, but
Yeah.
such a good. And did you know that she's from North Carolina?
No.
I would have sworn that she lived in England her entire life with
Huh.
the accent. The accent was so good.
No.
But anyway,
I
just
wonder if Moose knows her.
a great show. Great show. Um, let's see. The Circle. If you haven't seen it, they finished this new season,
Hmm.
and I won't reveal who it is because I know that's one of those shows that people either binge through or they catch up with. But it was a really good ending too, so very fun. We're almost at the end of Deal or No Deal Island, which got picked up for a second season, and this is just such a terrible show. I mean, it's going to have the last episode is going to have a big payout. They're going to have like probably $6-7 million that whoever wins is going to win. So it's a really big win, but oh my God, just
Hmm.
terrible. Let's see. I did want to mention Monsters at Work season 2 has just started up on Disney, and that's with the Monsters Inc. Where we're hanging out at work with them. So, and then this week we've got Limpica. It's closing on Broadway. It was in previews when we were there, and it's already closing. It didn't do well at the Tonys. It
Hmm.
got like 3 nominations, but it's not a favorite in any of them. So it looks like Limpica will be going away. The girl who played our Anne Juliet, who played Juliet in Juliet when we were there, she just left the show yesterday. I love keeping up on my Broadway friends.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, have you watched the Tom Brady roast yet?
Not yet, but I did see clips of what's her name? Glass,
Yeah.
whatever her name is. I did see clips of her roasting
Gronk, Gronk,
no, what's his name? The little one, the one I don't like.
Kevin Hart.
Yes, and she was so funny. So,
Oh,
yeah.
her whole routine was really good. Now I've seen her live, and we did not like her.
Yeah,
Um,
I kind of
it
remember you saying that.
it was very, her stand-up was very like I'm sure she was trying out new jokes, but it felt like she didn't. I mean, it was her second show after the pandemic, so maybe she was just out of sync. But the whole thing felt forced, and we couldn't wait for the show to get over because it just seemed like it was never going to get over. It ran like 3 hours with 2 opening acts, but she was out there just not being funny a lot, and it was so seeing her in this gives me new hope. And she just dropped a uh new set on Max, so we'll probably check that out. But the things she was saying, oh my God, and how terrible they were to Tom Brady, because it's like, oh, you got to really look at the what's a man made of. Look at he's willing to give up his wife and children to win another World Series. See, now that takes a lot of balls, and everything just was like, Oh my God, it's just it sounds even worse when you keep mentioning it. And they did a lot. And let's see. Oh, I also finished a show called Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I know a lot of people that watch that one really affected by it.
Yeah, it was something.
Mm,
It's Dan Schneider who did all the kids shows on
yeah.
Nickelodeon. It was on one show they had three people that got convicted of pedophilia.
Ugh,
Three. And one of them got rehired at Disney after he was out. So, and the whole thing was just ugly and terrible. Ugly and terrible. I mean, granted, it was, even back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, the Me Too had almost kicked in. But this kind of shit's been going on in offices and uh, you know, everywhere. This goes on everywhere. It's compounded because there's children involved in it, but
right.
still just
Well, and from the things I heard. Now, I have not seen it, but from the things I heard, it's just like there were parents that were pretty much just like, as long as I get famous, the money comes in. I'm not even gonna look at it.
Mhm.
I because with me, I know that I would be one of those really super overprotective parents that would drive my kid nuts because of it. But it's just like,
There was
uh,
like this one thing where this girl is trying to get something out of it's a tube of one of those kind of like one of the things the yogurt things like that, where you suck the yogurt
oh,
out of
Gogurt type
yeah,
thing.
that
Okay.
kind of thing. But it was something like that, but it was more gel. And the girl's trying to get it open and trying to get it open, and it squirts on her friend's face. It just squirts and gets in her, go down her eye and onto her cheek. And the girl goes, when it first happened, it was weird because the girl that it happened to, it was weird. And then I can hear one of the boys going, "That's like a cum shot."
Uh,
And it's like,
Inappropriate.
yeah, for every they had Aria Grande spilling water all over herself and getting all wet and just it's such inappropriate things, licking stuff off people's feet. One time they had the one black kid said they covered him in peanut butter and let dogs come in and lick the peanut butter off of him.
What?
Yeah, but it
Not,
was
that wasn't like Keenan or
no, this
whatever they.
well, and he's they were questioning him and he goes, I didn't see this happening. I was a kid. I don't know. I just I got there and I did work and it was probably different based on the different shows. His show didn't have a lot of girls on it. I mean, main character girls,
Yeah.
where they worked off of a lot of them were based on female characters. So it was just you should really watch it. Just
That's one of those things that for me is really hard to sit through. So, I mean, yeah, culturally probably, but at the same time, it's one of those that and animal abuse are like two things that I just have a really hard time. So I get so tired of these freaking shows that, especially for a while, where every fucking show had some sort of animal getting killed or hurt or something.
right.
It's like I just don't want to see that. Uh, anyway, was that your? Did you have more?
And then like I had mentioned, I got the carpal tunnel surgery on my left hand.
Yeah.
Uh, and I mean, I've got a lot of movement back. I can't hold anything really heavy, but I can carry my cell phone around.
Oh,
And that's a good pound right there.
right. That's
Uh,
half the battle for yeah.
right. It was funny because I actually in the morning I walked out with my cell phone in my left hand, and I'm thinking I should probably take the very expensive device and put it in my right hand and not worry about but uh it's been feeling better. I do not like painkillers.
Wow, you're weird. I mean, yeah, I understand.
I mean, I feel stupid. I get kind of dizzy.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the way I mean, sure, it helps with the pain on my hand, but then I kind of don't care about anything
Yeah.
else. Yeah. And I'm just gonna take a nap. Yeah. Back
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
so
Yeah. Well, real quick before I get into my week, so you probably already knew this, but Marcel, the winner of 24/24,
yes, yeah.
what's that?
Yes, I said yes.
Okay, was the troublemaker asshole I couldn't stand from Top Chef in 2006, 2007.
See, I always liked him.
Oh, he drove me fucking crazy. Couldn't stand him. But anyway, wow, did he grow up nice?
Yeah, I always liked the fact he had so much hair.
Yeah. Well, I always thought he was cute, but yeah, he grew up to be quite the bearish hottie with his wife and child. Ugh. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, guess what he's doing with the money he gets?
Giving it to the Diabetic Foundation.
No, he's giving it to his mother so she can get one of those hearing aid things put in.
Oh, condylar
Like,
implant.
yeah, like Daisy had.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I thought that was awfully nice.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm always it's kind of like, well, is this one of those things where you have to have a good story to get the win? You know,
Right.
also,
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, heck, that's a good story, especially if it
either way.
happens. Yeah. Okay, well, for me, well, let's start off with this morning. I had an appointment that I've been dreading for a while, which is going in and having an assessment for the dreaded colonoscopy that happens as you get to a certain age, 50. They're like, oh no, you have to go have something, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, so I went in for the assessment today, and I was like, pretty much, she says like, "Oh, you're just the perfect patient. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do drugs, you don't do this, everything's just lovely." And then she went and talked to the doctor, and the doctor didn't even look at me, didn't talk to me, and decided that my BMI was too high, and I need to go to the hospital and have it done there as an inpatient instead of an outpatient thing. So
When do you go and I mean, so you have to go in overnight the night before? The
I
night
have
after?
no idea. Probably if it's like other surgeries and things like that, probably have to go in at like 7 a.m. and then have it done that day and then wait overnight or something. Basically, I think they want me to be there in case, uh, that I have to have what do you call it? Because a lot of people overweight having surgery end up having to have a tracheotomy so that they have a secondary way of, blah blah blah, because all fat people have to have sleep apnea, you know, that type of bullshit. Anyway, so that means that I have to go through the whole referral process and everything else again, unless my other doctor can figure out, well, I mean, I'd still have to go through another referral, but figure out another doctor who sees me as an actual, patient and not just a number of, you know, being fat. So there we are with
It's
that.
weird though. I didn't, well, I was telling you earlier,
Mhm.
I never had any problem. I mean, I just had the surgery done and I've been outpatient for both my balls and my hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And you had colonoscopy too, and you didn't have
Sure.
to
No,
some
I never.
outpatient stuff. But
Well, and that's the
that's
other thing with the colonoscopy is you're not on your back.
yeah,
You're
I
on your
know.
side and
But
they shove
I think this is
up your
probably a
ass.
doctor who just doesn't want to deal with a fat person. So anyway, moving on from there.
Yeah.
So I was pissed because on top of the fact that I have had so much anxiety, even around the assessment appointment, finally get to the point to do it, finally get there, actually start feeling somewhat comfortable, like, okay, I'm going to do this. This is going to happen. Let's just get it done. And then being told, oh no, fuck you. Well, thank you very much. So anyway, other than that, I've still been working on my poetry book. I'm about halfway through with the secondary edits, so hopefully I'll be having that out within the next few weeks. And then, so I've mostly been working on that. I haven't been watching too much of anything. I have gone back and started watching Supergirl again. I left off in about the beginning of the fourth season because I just got so tired of trying to follow it and figure it out and everything. And then Jeremy Jordan left, who was so adorable, so talented. Um, anyway, so I'm enjoying it. It's a good show. It's not one that I'm going to sit there and go, oh my God, this is the best show. Like, Dead Boy Detectives, when I was like, no, bitch, you need to watch this. It's good. This is just like, oh, it's good. You got nothing else going on. Check it out. But it is also very awesome that I've been watching a lot of Glee performance clips, and so Supergirl was, in Glee. She played the the anorexic uh, daughter of the chef, the cook, that they would make fun of. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So she's absolutely just an incredibly talented person. And I'm like, it didn't matter. Like when she left that, she went to Supergirl. When Supergirl got canceled, I was like, girl, you can go to Broadway, you can go to fucking anything because you're awesome. You're brilliant. You're leading person material. You got this. So anyway, I've also been rewatching at nighttime Blackadder, which is Rowan Atkinson, early 1980s, where it's three or four different series, episodes. We call them seasons, they call them series, and it's just brilliant, just really funny, brilliant. I mean, and people are like, oh, well, I didn't really care for the Mr. Bean stuff, which, okay, whatever. But this is not Mr. Bean. This is very different broad comedy, and it's very fun. So, anyway, if you haven't seen it and you like any of the British, like early 80s British type stuff, you gotta see it. And then, of course, Star Trek Discovery season 5, just absolutely brilliant. I'm letting it build up, so I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but it is just really well done, and it's sad that it's going to be their last season. And other than that, I haven't really watched anything. So, all right. Well, let's get into an Am I the Asshole? All right. Well, let's get into it. My 27-year-old sister, okay, I see what she did here. Okay, so she's 27 and her sister is 25. And her sister, who's 25, had a miscarriage 6 or 7 months ago. It was very early. She had a positive pregnancy test, but then a couple days later tested negative and had her period. My husband, 29, and I just had our first baby, who's now 3 weeks old. For Mother's Day, we all went to my parents' house to celebrate. My sister and I both brought mom gifts, and my mom also got me flowers and chocolate to celebrate my first Mother's Day. I think it's also worth noting that I had an ectopic pregnancy that ended up rupturing 3 years ago. And we've been trying to have a baby ever since. I lost a fallopian tube and basically nearly died. I've had 2 other miscarriages since then as well. And this was a very special first true Mother's Day. I was in the hospital recovering from surgery from my ectopic pregnancy over Mother's Day 3 years ago, and my family brought me flowers and balloons to help me feel better about going through something so traumatic, so close to Mother's Day. I think this is why my sister may have felt the way she did. My mom didn't get my sister anything for Mother's Day. As a result, my sister ended up throwing a fit and was yelling at us, calling us names, and I ended up yelling back that nobody owed her a Mother's Day gift because she's not a mother yet. My parents were understanding but said I should have been less harsh. Am I the asshole?
No. What
No.
does she
Your
want?
sister
Mother's
sounds
Day
like
card?
she's what?
Does she want a Mother's Day card? I don't understand. That'd be
I
like me going, how come I don't get any presents?
right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I no, I don't think anyone's really the asshole. I think if I may indulge in what's not here, I think probably the sister was in a hormonal. Oh wait, okay, she had a miscarriage 6, 7 months ago. Okay, scrap that. I think she was just being a nutter. But if she had her period just a few days later after testing negative, it sounds like it was probably a hormonal pregnancy. Um, well, it's also called a chemical pregnancy, but where it, because that's really common where somebody will test positive and
Right.
then like, it doesn't stay or yeah. So anyway, most of the time they don't even know that they're pregnant. But yeah, I'm sorry if it was 6 or 7 months ago. I think the sister was the asshole, not her.
Oh, yeah,
I,
yeah, that's what I mean. She's
yeah, yeah. I
yeah, not I mean, not the actual mother, but the sister who isn't a mother.
right.
And
Yep.
now can you see me because I've lost everything?
Yes, yes, I can see you very well. No matter how much weight you lose, I can still see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I
You're
see
very
nothing.
pretty.
I just have a screen that says Zoom.
Oh, I see it in your glasses, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Hey Chubbs, what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Well,
I'm thinking.
Happy Gilmore.
I know a lot of people say that. Hmm. Um, which one was that? Wasn't that
The
the
go-
golfing one?
yes.
Okay. For me, there one where he had like a kid.
Um, yeah, that was because it was John Stewart's kid, remember? And he got left with the kid.
Yeah, I think.
I don't
Okay.
remember what that movie was. I mean, I can picture the artwork, but I can't think of the title.
I have to actually I have to kind of look it up because and of course they're gonna start with the newer ones first. There ain't nothing like that. Actually, I didn't think Little Nicky was too bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Oh
hated
wow. Waterboy wasn't
that
horrific.
was terrible. That was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't too bad for him.
Didn't mind the one where he was the hairdresser.
I don't remember.
That
Uh,
was
I'm Deuce Bigelow. No, he was in a bunch of those. Waterboy. I'm not seeing Hairdresser. Wedding Singer wasn't that horrible. Um, it's sad when we're trying to figure out our favorite movie and we're like, well, that one wasn't that horrible. Um, Zohan?
yeah. That
Okay.
one was fun.
Don't
Uh,
you don't mess with the Zohan.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, he was a hairdresser, but he was actually, if I remember right, he was actually like a hired killer. But when he came to America, he learned how to do hair.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like the guys who go, "Oh, wow, you're a really good Uber driver. Oh, thanks. What did you do in your before you moved here? Oh, I was a doctor. I
Uh-huh.
was a cancer doctor, but I can't do that here in this country. So, all right.
Yeah. Shit like that is ridiculous. Anyway, he's got a new one coming out called Spaceman. Doesn't look
Yes,
like
I
uh,
think it's already out. It's on Netflix.
uh
Didn't do well.
yeah, not
But it's
surprised.
only got a 5.7. So that
Oh,
That's an
no.
audience thing. So
Huh. I don't know. I don't think he's like, as far as I know, I've never deep dived into him, but I don't think that he's like a horrible person. I don't care for a lot of his humor. It's kind of like, what's his name? With the curly hair, Elf. I,
uh, Will Ferrell.
yeah, I do not like most of his stuff, but I don't think he's like a horrible person. Anyway, how's that to quantify somebody's existence? Hey, Chubbs, when's the last time you wrote a check?
Um, I have no idea.
It's been that long. I actually know. It was about a week before Nephi's birthday, and I wrote him a check for a ticket price to go see Randy Rainbow. So, and mailed it to him. And yeah, I mean, I could have done it otherwise, but I wanted to make it a little extra special.
Yeah, so we had to drag that check into the bank.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So special.
Yeah. Also, hey Chubbs, recreationally, what website do you spend the most time on?
What website? Oh, recreationally?
Mhm.
Um, uh, probably be Facebook, I guess. Because I'm always on YouTube on my TV, so I don't really count that as a. But if we were talking that, it'd be YouTube definitely. I'm on that all day long. Something's on there all day long.
Yeah, I was gonna say YouTube, Facebook, right in there. Yeah. Okay. What's in your lunchbox? Well, Mark wrote in and said, "Hey guys, this is Mark. Scott and I went to dinner the last couple nights, and we went to Panera Bread for tomato soup tonight for Scott, and I got the pick the pick to a cup of soup and turkey sandwich. Oh, huh. Well, that's nice. I don't know. I never really thought about doing something like that. I don't think about going out and getting soup, but
Well,
it
what's
looks
funny
good.
is I had mentioned to Sean, I
Hmm.
said, when I'm having, because usually like you're having beef stew,
Hmm.
it's always nice to have like some garlic bread or some
Mm,
flax bread,
yeah,
something tasty to give it some more texture.
yeah.
And I said, would it be wrong just to throw a handful of croutons into a stew? And and actually it was really good. I tried it. So, but yeah, so I was like going, he just tore it up and put it into the tomato soup and then ate the bread. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, you get all that texture.
Yeah.
I like
Um, let's see. And earlier in the week, we went to Fat Burgers, which was walking distance from our house. And I got the third pound burger with skinny fries, with cheddar cheese, and Scott got a plain third pound burger with the fat fries. They are like English chips. Oh, really? Well, did you have them in newspaper? Because you have to have chips in newspaper or it's not British. But that
it.
looks really good.
I'm
Uh,
not a fan of steak fries. I like the thin ones.
yeah, actually, I tried to cook some steak fries last week, I think, and I swear, no matter how I cook them, they're always crap.
Now, did you buy these or were you making them from fresh potato?
Oh no, no, no. They were frozen for like $1 a bag. So
How do you mess up
put
potatoes
them
like
in the oven, put some seasoning on them, and cook the fuck out of them, and they're still not done. Some of them turn out, nice and crispy, and but the rest of it is just like, bleh. I don't know. I really have no idea.
that?
So anyway, Mr. Moose wrote in. Oh, by the way, thank you, Mr. Mark. We really appreciate you doing that, sending all that in. And those burgers looked really good. And then Mr. Moose wrote in and he said, "Ever wake up with a bad case of the munchies?" Yeah. Of course, doesn't everyone? Tom certainly does.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, I have the munchies big time this morning. Got in the kitchen at 7 and started baking white chocolate chip cookies with macadamia nuts. Okay, that's my favorite cookie. Walnut chocolate chip cookies, lots of walnuts. It's my second favorite cookie. And chocolate chip cookies. That's also my favorite second
Well,
favorite.
oh, by the way, over at Safeway, with the digital download, so you just have to do it on your phone.
Mhm.
They have the Petridge Farms are
Oh,
all $2.47.
that's a great price.
They're normally like $5.
Yeah.
And so we got Sausalito, which is the
Mm.
chocolate chips with macadamia nut, and then
Mm.
we got the Tahoes, which is the macadamia nut with the white chocolate.
That is my favorite right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And then got a slice of strawberry cake, and it's so good. It's real strawberry puree in this buttercream frosting. Really? Well, that's lovely.
I was wondering why it was that color, but that says it all.
Yeah. I I made um I made some cupcakes for my mom last week because I wanted to, give her something a little bit extra special. So I made some just basic, white or yellow cake cupcakes, and I made the frosting, and I made a cinnamon frosting out of it, and it turned out really really good. Except that I didn't have evaporated milk, and I used a little sweetened condensed milk, and it split the cream, or it split it. So it was still fine, but it just was not, it didn't have that extra smooth, really creamy mix to it. Um, so yeah, but there we go. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Moose, for tantalizing us with your cookies and your beautiful plates. Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org and find Tom's other podcast on swannerandjudd.com. Find out more about my books over at justkisstheguy.com and find all of our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
yes. And we want to see who stuck around all the way through till the very, very end. So if you send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com with the word rutabaga in it, if you can spell it wrong, it's okay. Just rutabaga. And well, let's just say maybe we'll do something a little extra special for you. All right, we love you. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.